Hello, I'm Alex Gill with Anime on Location, and we're here at Ohayocon 2012 with Steve Yoon. How are you enjoying Ohayocon so far?
Having a lot of fun. It's great because this is my first Ohayocon, and it's been a chance for me to meet up with old friends that I haven't seen in a long time. Especially because of the Emily DeJesus roast. They got back a lot of Emily's old friends, and there are a lot of friends from the anime industry that I hadn't seen in a while. They'd gone on to other things, and so yeah, it was good to see everyone again.
I've really enjoyed your Robot Rumble panels that you've been hosting at ASIN over the past few years, and you're hosting one here at Ohayocon. Um, do you have any suggestions for panelists that want to get into it? Any advice for people who host programming?
Yeah, main thing is just to have a lot of fun. Robot Rumble actually just started because at San Diego Comic Con they had one where it was sci-fi robots, and uh, when they'd have anime robots in there, then it would always end up losing because the panelists would say, "Oh well, cartoon robots aren't real like sci-fi robots are," and so as a response to that, I just made the anime robot rumble, and so but it took on a life of its own, and uh, so it's just a chance for everyone to have fun and make fun of ourselves for being nerds. So yeah.
It's always fun. Well, last time we talked, we discussed the status of current Robotech projects that you're being involved with, such as the Shadow Chronicles installments. Can you tell me what you're currently working on?
Well, Shadow Chronicles is actually being paused right now because of our live action picture deal with Warner Brothers. So in the meantime, we're working on a smaller project on the side. It's Love Live Alive, which is originally a Maspida, you know, like a retrospective, but we're actually gonna expand that a little with new animation and yeah. So that's what we're working on at the moment.
Right. Okay, well, that sounds great. Can you discuss with us the soundtrack restoration project that's underway?
Yeah. So for the 25th anniversary of Robotech, we originally were gonna just come out with a new soundtrack with 7 or 8 new songs on it that we dug up. But recently we found a vault of stuff that wasn't labeled very well from the 80s, and it was all soundtrack stuff from Robotech recorded back then, but in 24 track, and so we were able to find a lot of music that we didn't have before, and in more original elements where we could tweak the settings a little more. And actually, because of that, there was a third verse to the main. I guess the crown jewel of the soundtrack is "We Will Win," and we discovered there was a third verse that had never been published before, and we found the audio recording for that. And through several months of learning Soundtrack Pro on Final Cut, I was able to Frankenstein together a 3 verse version of the song, which was originally 2 verses, and so we were able to finally, come out with this complete version of "We Will Win," which is the key song in Robotech. And so, yeah, it's a pretty exciting project. In the meantime, until it's released, we have an EP at the moment with "We Will Win" on it. So we're actually offering that on our website right now.
Great to hear. Um, are there any plans for Blu-ray releases or remasters of Robotech, Macross, other Super Dimension properties in the near future?
At the moment, no, but we are looking into it. At the moment, Blu-ray is still a little new, and so doing the transfers at high definition is still extremely expensive. And at the same time, I think Macross. I might be incorrect on this, but I think it was produced on 16 millimeter, and so there's not much benefit to having a high definition transfer. We heard in Japan they came out with they're coming out with a Blu-ray of Macross, but in Japan, being prices being what it is, and the anime industry over there, you know they like to charge a lot more for less episodes, and so I think in Japan they're coming out with it for like $400 for 36 episodes. So yeah, and the U.S. market expects a lot different, and so yeah, we're still looking into it at the moment.
It's not surprising. I mean, I found like Legend of Galactic Heroes box sets that'll go for like $500 a piece. So yeah, so the prices are something.
That's not for the whole series, is it?
I think it's for like one volume out of four.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause the whole series was like 110 episodes.
Yeah, it's but yeah,
So it's like 2,000 to get the whole series then?
I think it is on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Oh, good. Right.
But anyway, there are a lot of changes that are taking place in the way it's being distributed. A lot of Robotech and Macross stuff, you can stream it online for free legally on Hulu. What other changes do you think are needed to be made in the anime industry in general in order to drive it forward in terms of distribution? And how is Robotech, Macross properties, how are they going to be affected by it?
I'm not sure about distribution methods, but one thing I do miss about the old days was distributors in the U.S. would be more picky about what they would bring over to the U.S. Back then, they would only bring over the best stuff, and so whenever you thought of anime, you just thought, oh, it's probably going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But at some point, they just started bringing over every piece of garbage they could, and so, paying all the licensing rights for this and putting it out on DVD and nobody buying it was a lot of the reason why the anime distributors got hurt. So hopefully, we'll have the anime industry streamlined again so that they'll just bring over the good ones again. But as far as distribution channels go, so far, streaming is still kind of new, and we don't know what might be after that. So I guess the only thing I can hope for is that maybe the distributors will just be experimental, just try out new things and see how it goes. Try to give new channels a chance. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Steve Yoon, everyone.